All right, so today's video, we're watching a Diamond 5 support on PC, playing Ana, Kiriko, Lucio, Bap, Juno. Why not just play the whole roster at that point? Anyway, hey, so recently I've been trying really hard to rank up at support. So far this season, I've gone 40 wins, 51 losses on support, and I can't fully understand what mistakes I'm doing or how to see a mistake in advance. I feel like I've been really good on Ana and want to know how to boost myself to a master's level. My DPS didn't seem to agree with my nanos, so I'd like to know what you think, as I felt like they were the right plays. I decided to end up switching off Ana because they had Zarya and Suzu, and I'm trying to get good at Kiriko, but I'm not sure if I DPS too much with her. Juno and Baptiste were safe picks from playing them a lot last season, and I ended up clutching quite nicely on Lucio, even though I'm not very great at him. Despite this match starting on a steamroll, it ended up being one of the most intense rounds of Overwatch I've played, going past a 6-6 score, so I hope you enjoy it. I don't know why I ended it like that, like it was like the end of like a monologue. You know? We're to watch this VOD. I'm somehow going to extend this out for 2.5 hours. All right, let's go. Y'all ready for this? Let's get it done. All right, so what do you got? You got Roadhog, Mercy, Pharah, Sombra.
Come here. I'm getting the objective. Help me.
Good start.
Much better.
Yeah, good start. Hey, nice sleep. There you go. Don't be afraid to go for the long-range Ana grenade there. That might secure the kill for you. Okay, I mean, that's about as good of a start as you can ask for. Nice job.
Hello. It's just a scratch. You'll be fine.
Okay, now we wait. So far, I'm okay with all this. You're playing just fine. Okay, so now they're on Zarya. For now. Killing your team. Not bad. So far, so good. I mean, Yep. Okay. So now you have Nano, right? That's where you're at right now. You have Nano. So what's the play here? What are you going to do? How are you going to do this? So, yep. I would Nano. Is there an option not to Nano anyone here? Because I don't even know who I would want to Nano. A Roadhog hook? You know? Nano Mercy? I mean, probably Nano a Hog Hook or a Pharah Deep Dive. Like if a Pharah goes into their back line. I think either or are fine. Good purple. I think that's okay. Zarya's really low. Nice. Good on iron side of the aim there. Yeah, I'm fine with the Nano. That's fine. You're just keeping momentum. I'm okay with that. Nano's fine there. And your Mercy res. Could you have saved it maybe till the next team fight? Yes, but honestly, like, I'm a fan of keep the momentum going, not try to play it too safe. So, I'm okay with that. Decent EMP by your teammate. It's a little bit... I wish you had Ana grenade for this, but I don't know. I might have thrown it too before that. I'm a very aggressive Ana grenader too. I kind of hope your Sombra gets the point there. I think they're looking, though. I think they're looking. Yeah. That was a good attempt, though. Yeah, so far they're playing fine. Like I said, obviously a lot happens this game, so sometimes you can start off really strong and then it kind of shifts away into different moments. So I totally get that, right? Rank is this? Diamond 5. Sleep's been good. I mean, mechanically, you've had some good moments, so I don't really have too much of a problem with most of what you've done. Like, straight up, like, I think so far you played a very solid Ana. But once again, this is going to be like a 30-minute game, so a lot's going to happen that could shift that real quickly, right? So we'll see. We will see.
I'm here. Keep fighting. Stand up straight.
You can nano hog if you want. No, don't. Do not nano. Do not nano. Do not nano. Just wait. Just wait. Correct play. Good to see. I mean, so far your decision making has been pretty on par with what I'd like to see. I think next time around, if you want to nano somebody here, nano the Pharah ultimate, or believe it or not, nano the Mei. Only because that will piss the other team off. Like, who nanos Mei? Right? Let's get that team tilted. You know? Although I don't think it would be a bad nano. If I'm gonna be real with you.
Come here to get healed. You're powered up. Get in there.
Rocket barrage incoming.
That's an interesting one because I feel like the Pharah wasn't in an ideal spot to really get a good ult there. At the same time, they got a kill. Nice sleep. I mean, these have been great. Yeah. Nice. A little bit concerned with you kind of tunneling there for a second, but if it works, it works, and I might do the same, so. Nice. Good job. Great Ana play so far. Excellent. I mean, so far, excellent Ana play. The only reason why, with the Pharah ultimate there, that was a little bit of where I didn't like it. It worked out. It's just because, like, in that situation, and I don't know what the callouts were, the Pharah might have said, hey, by the way, can you nano me? So I don't know that context. But be careful sometimes with the random nano. Okay? And what I mean by that, and I think people in chat know what I'm talking about with the random nano, when you randomly nano somebody, sometimes they feel obligated to go use the nano, and if they're not in a good spot or don't have cooldowns, they don't get value with it, but they try to get value with it, and in reality, it gets them killed. Just be careful of that sometimes. It's situational, so I don't want you to get out of the habit of not nanoing, but like if you're in like a neutral team fight and like you're just getting started and like you have a Pharah that's like not in an ideal spot, you don't have to force the nano. Now, let's say it's a 3v4 and you see your Tracer at low HP and they're in the middle of the team and you saw cooldowns going and you nano the Tracer, that's fine. But in that situation, just be careful of not doing the surprise nano. Sometimes, like, that can get people killed or they don't have the cooldowns. Like, ever see a tank get nanoed and the first reaction is they just stand there for a second? It's because they're just like, oh, I don't have any cooldowns. Like, what do I do? I definitely still lean towards the more aggressive nano side. I am more of the use your nano more aggressively. Just, maybe wait a second, right? Maybe just a little bit extra time in there when they're in a better spot, just for them to be able to pop off more. That's my opinion on Junker Queen. Extremely fun hero. Straight up. I don't mind playing against Queen, and I love playing Queen. To me, that's a great hero if that's the case. Right? Position is an okay start. No problems with this. They do have a Widow, so you got to be careful of re-peeking that. You had the right idea. You just, yeah, I'm okay with that. You disengage from the spot. So far, so good. You hear a Moira behind you, which is exactly what I expected to happen. Yeah. You have the opposite problem. You accidentally steal the nanos. That's why, listen, I guess this is a good time to bring it up because I have this option on, and I'll be honest with you, this has made it so much easier for me. Okay, you ready? Go to Ana very quickly. All right. And go to Hero and HUD. I'm going to teach everybody a setting here for Ana that can be very helpful for not accidentally nanoing the wrong person. There's one here called Nano Boost requires target confirmation. And I have this on because this allows for me to be able to pre-nano somebody. So, like, let's say that, like, the play here is, okay, I want to nano Genji. And I know we're going to do it in, like, 3 seconds. I will put the nano on Genji, so that way if the Roadhog decides to walk in front of me as the Genji engages, there's a pretty good chance you'll be able to nano the Genji, right? So, I suggest this. Now, a little bit of a tip, because the first month of this, I sucked at nano confirmation. Do not hit left click after you put nano confirmation on, okay? I can tell you right now, do not try to heal somebody when you put nano confirmation on, all right? Because you know what happens if you go to heal someone? That person you have nano confirmation on is now nanoed. So it took me about a month to get used to. Just be careful of that, okay? It took me about a month. I'm good at it now, but there's a couple times. There's a couple times where I started with Nano Boost, and you bet the Reinhardt on cart late in a team fight was just nanoed randomly. So just Remember that? Yeah, you can do it out of LOS to pre-select, etc. Yes, there's a lot of cool things you can do. So it's a good thing to have on. It will take a little bit to get used to. Okay? Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying. That's what happened with me.
Stand up straight.
It tells you it has a horrible on and don't turn it on. I'm just saying, it's a good option to have. I don't heck up too many nanos nowadays, which is a good thing. Positioning's fine for now. You gotta drop down.
Don't fret. I see you. Happy to assist.
Mechanically, you're doing a great job, by the way, so no problems with your mechanics so far. So far, you've been playing well. Couple moments here and there, but I think, like, I'm not too concerned with your gameplay so far. I like what I'm seeing here.
Personne n'échappe à mon regard.
Ooh, that was... Yep, I knew it right away. Do not go for the sleep there against the Widow when that happens because you're not going to be able to follow up on that kill anyway. So rather than just stand in the middle of the open, you got yourself killed there. That was on you. Don't go for it. This comes from experience. I've tried it. It doesn't work well. Even if you get to sleep, what are they going to do? Bubble them? Like, you're not going to... Their spawn's right here. The risk reward here isn't worth enough of the reward. You kill the Widow and the Widow's back in, 15 seconds, right? But if the Widow kills you, you got to journey back all the way from here. See? But yeah, you basically gave him a free kill there. And now you have to run all the way back from here. Okay, here we go. I'm ready.
Start your engines. Come here to get healed. Healing you.
That's a tire. Okay, so Nano targets here for you. Nothing's really changed. Probably Nano to save someone. That's pretty much it. I you can give it to Farah again. That's not a bad Nano here. You can give it to Hog. That's on... I think your Hog is taking too tight. I hate this angle.
Incoming.
I honestly respect that Farah's play there to solo barrage a Widow to start and then got 3 kills after. Keep in mind, the kill feed showed 3 kills, but that started with a Farah solo ult and a Widow, and I respect that every day of the week. I would do the same thing. I would do the same thing. You're new to the channel? Heck yeah, Ray. Let's go.
You're powered up. Get in there.
You know, you went with the Junkrat. Now, I'm going to give you a reason as to why. Okay. Now, here's where I'm at with the Junkrat now. Now, this is going to be up for interpretation. The reason why I'm not a fan of Nano and a Junkrat in an open space in this part of the map, this part. Nano Junkrat up here and they have 2 people on them, great. Nano Junkrat right in this room when there's 2 people on them, great. Nano Junkrat in this room, great. Nano Junkrat in the middle of the open adds way too much inconsistency for me to be able to like that Nano on Junkrat. Does that make sense? Because Junkrat isn't known for, like, consistent shots. Junkrat's known for, like, close range burst. I just like the idea of maybe saving that for a little bit better angle or better opportunity. Otherwise, like, go with, like, your Hog or something. Once again, that could be preference. You know, there's just Junkrat players you would Nano every day of the week, and I get it, but I just, just in case. I think that's you kind of asked about your Nanos, and I just wanted to show why. It just adds it's the same reason why, like, if Hog has no cooldowns, I wouldn't suggest Nano and Hog right away. Type of thing. Even though I think Hog would be a good Nano option if Hog does have cooldowns. Yeah, this is probably a dying card situation. Not even a probably, it is. Yeah. Orangus is Diamond 5. So.
You're covered. Come over here, baby.
狐の鍵爪を解き放て
Mine on the heels, with the honor grenade, but that's just a tough fight. I don't have any issues with that. My suggestion again is play angles back here. I talk about this with a lot of Ana players, including myself. This is a good reminder for me too, and it helps me. You don't have to be on the front line. Play back. You know, maybe only your Zarya gets, your Ryan gets Nano there, and now you're back here healing him up. So just be careful with positioning. You know, I think sometimes running in as Ana there isn't going to be ideal, and I'd rather see you playing safe rather than just go in and do nothing. Okay? Good lamp. For anybody wondering, that lamp is good because you're basically guaranteeing that the Pharah will survive a little bit longer. And if they don't kill the lamp, the Pharah definitely survives. So I'm okay with that. I do like the BAP swap too. I actually kind of like BAP here. BAP, you can like never go wrong with going BAP. Unless you're running like a Wrecking Ball comp. Right? Because Wrecking Ball is like constantly not like back with the team. To tell them to go high ground. I'm waiting on the high ground for now. Only because I... This is better. This is what I was thinking more of. Because like if you're saying go up here, sometimes I get concerned of like the RNG of this, if it's like falling over or being forced out of a cooldown. But here, you have rotations out. You can safely disengage back like that. So this is a good spot. I like this. This is good. This part's fine. I like this. Good window. They can't push through now to into the Juno ultimate. Or, I mean, they can't push in. Hey, actually, wait. No, I'm mistaken on that one. Let me rephrase that. I actually wouldn't have windowed that. I thought there was their Juno ultimate. They don't even have a Juno. I would wait, let your Juno ultimate do its work, and then when they come back in, use it again. So sometimes I think people get a little bit, like, all in heavy with your ultimate. So let me kind of, like, explain this scenario for you, okay? They run in. You use Juno ultimate. They're like, we can't survive this. Let's use our cooldowns to get out. Let's disengage. And they go, okay, we're good. They turn the corner. Then you window, and then they fall over. See? So be careful of stacking those ultimates. I think those ultimates are too good to stack a window and a Juno ultimate at once. I think it's a little bit better and a safer play to just wait until they come back in and then go for the ultimate right away. And you'll probably get a free pick because they're not going to expect it. Sometimes like ultimates can kind of get lost after a big ultimate is used. So they're going, wait a second. They use Juno ultimate. Okay, we can go in now. And then you window, they fall over, and then you win the team fight. See what I'm saying? Well, the reason why they didn't get any kills with the Juno ultimate and the BAP ult is because they already disengaged it, right? That's why it's hard. That's why it's advised not to stack those ultimates, because if they disengage it properly on one of the ultimates, they certainly are properly disengaging the same ultimate at the same time, right? Yeah, going up top on BAP would be okay here. Yep, good lamp. Ooh, lamp's fine. Ryan was just like slightly out of it. I'm okay with it. That's your team kind of overextended. Going up there was the correct play for now. You can stay up there too. No one can get you. Okay. Hey, you survived that, but remember that I want you to see who's in front of you. No one can get to you. So why would you give up that high ground control at that point in the game when if you're not even worrying about healing your team to begin with, why not go to the safe spot and just kind of play up top up there, right? Like, I understand if, like, they have a Genji or, like, you know, somebody who can go up to high ground and get you. But right now, you already know they lost 2 people and you have a timing right now. Go up on the high ground and just start being frustrating up there, right? The more is going to have to start looking at you. And when they start looking back at you up here, this is what creating angles does. You can even go up here if you want to, but I would recommend here temporarily because you can kind of, like, angle out a little bit. This is going to force one of them at least to look away, which then opens up the doorways here, and it opens up the doorways here for your teammates and gives them more opportunity to get a free pick, right? Remember, the reason why you want to take angles sometimes is because it gets them to look at you, and when they look at you, it means everybody else now has an easier way to get out of their spawns. If you go backwards, now they're all tunneled looking at you in both doorways, right? And you could argue this is an angle, but I like the idea of creating like another angle, right? I think it's a good way of creating another angle. So you have, you know, your Junos over here, you have your Malgo and Widow over here, and then you're up here, and now they have to worry about 3 different things, and it's a much more advantageous team fight for you, especially with the stuff close to spawn. So, you know, little things like that can make or break a team fight, all right? Especially on BAP. Instead, now your team's kind of getting grinded down. They're starting to make their way back now, and now you probably lose the team fight. See? So there you go. There you go. So this whole round was lost on just like a little bit of rough positioning and stacking ultimates. You just overuse your ultimates in a way that you probably shouldn't have, and that's pretty much it. Now you're on Ana.
Attackers incoming. Defend objective A. Let's move out.
What ultimate should not be stacked? I can pause for a second on that one and answer that. There's no like clear-cut answer to that, but I can give you like a basic blueprint. If your ultimates do the exact same thing, if they do the exact same thing at the exact same time or like have a similar effect, for example, Juno heals and has damage increase, and Window, you have increased healing and damage to the window, what happens in that situation is, think about this. If they disengage once from that, if they disengage from it, they're going to also disengage from the window, which means you've wasted 2 ultimates for 1. That's why it's good to like be like, okay, it's as simple as this. Are we using Juno ult first or are we using BAP ult first? Right? You communicate that, you start off with one, and then you use the other. You're going to hog out your Mei ult? Yeah, that's not a suggested one. I wouldn't hog out a Mei ult. It's definitely quite the combo, though. Okay, let's continue on.
Taking care of you.
Is it viable to use as a counter to grab? Yes-ish. Depends what they have. If they have an honor grenade, then that can ruin the whole thing. I've seen it work. I've seen it not work. So that's leaving up for interpretation for you if you think it's going to work in that situation.
I keep you up. Come over here. We need to fall back and regroup.
Defend the point.
All right. Rough spot there. Your teammates just kind of played a little bit further past where they should have, and you got rolled. Nothing too bad in that one. Now remember, mistake you made last time. You got rolled by a Widow. Let's not put ourselves in that same area this time and just back up a little bit, okay? Sound good? If you get Nano, don't be afraid to Nano your Zarya if your Zarya has charge. Also, Sojourn ult can be pretty good too. There's no Widow though? Oh, I know there's no Widow. It's more along the lines of don't do the same thing of getting picked off in the same spot. I was just referencing when the Widow did that earlier. A Pharah could spam that same corner and kill out of there too, right?
It's go time.
So I want to pause there because I think you do what I do sometimes. So something that you did there that I do sometimes is I try to wait last possible second to Nano. In that you could tell, yes, you could tell that there was a decision there. You're like, do I Nano the Zarya? Then you're like watching their HP. That one is, I think that's bubble dependent. I might try to Nano my Zarya there. I think sometimes when you Nano a solo grab, especially a tank, sometimes the other team will kind of pull it back a little bit. At the same time, that's a tough one. That's like a 50-50 that if you do Nano them there, we're saying don't Nano them. And if you don't Nano them, we say Nano them, right? There's no winning in that situation, so just go with what you think's best. Does that make sense? I think if the Zarya has 2 bubbles, you might be able to get away with it more, but like, it's just, you don't have that information unless they tell you, you know? Or if you see it with your, like, in front of you. So anyway.
You're powered up. Get in there.
I feel unstoppable.
Okay, so are you Nanoing? Did you Nano the Mercy to get the res off? Because that is a misplay at that point. That's a misplay. Because they have too much to get you. So I would recommend not doing that. I think that turns into just wasting your ultimate. You were going for the res? Yeah, I would have recommended maybe Nanoing the Sojourn during the ultimate maybe or something. You know?
Freeze! Don't move! Fire at will! Just
I am unbreakable.
I got to give credit to their team. They are playing well. I mean, that was perfect. Because you think you have it one based off of your ultimates. They don't have much. So their reaction is to, well, they have Mei ult, but you probably predict that. But you probably don't predict the Pharah ultimate. So they actually set up a play where the Pharah flanks you, bubbles, and you just win. So, oh my, what just happened to that Juno happens to me all the time. I have been there so many times. Ever try to grapple out of spawn as Widow and you just grapple up to that wall? I do that all the time. There's a spot on the top of the door you can get stuck on. I don't know why they have it there. Like, just they got to get rid of that little bit of, like, whatever that is. I've been there, though. I've been there. So don't worry. It happens. That's on your Winston, by the way. There's zero reason for your Winston to dive in that aggressively at that point in the game. Just to point that out. You gotta wait on your team. It's all about regrouping. So I'm trying to force like multiple team fights in overtime because it's gonna be a bad retake. When I say in overtime, I mean at this point in the map. Like obviously you want to take multiple fights during overtime. I'm just saying when you have to retake out of spawn, don't jump in as Winston right away. You know, give your teams a good team fight because if you win the team fight, it's over, right? Wow, this is looking rough. I don't. I mean, truthfully, I think the difference maker in this round was your teammates' ult usage. I think across the board, y'all were trying so hard to force a victory that it actually ended up hurting your team more because you were trying so hard to just like win with like in non-advantageous spots. So in the future there, remember, when you're the defensive team, you can sometimes just stack your ultimates and win rather than try to force these plays when they're already lost. So I'm not saying don't be aggressive with your ults. I'm just saying that if you're in a team fight where you're already on your back foot, sometimes the best play is like, just save ults. We'll come back and we'll just ult stack. Right? Like, you know when you nanoed the Mercy to res the... Like, that situation, Soldier ult was used. Like, you wasted your pool. They perfectly use their ult rotation. You have no ultimates on retake. They build their ultimates, and you just lose the team fight. So, you know, it's over time, you can be a bit more careful. I think sometimes people try to force the issue too much, and I think that will help you. Okay, let's continue on.
3, 2, 1. I'll find my own path. Defend objective A.
Appreciate it. Like a gentle rain.
Wait for it. Good heals. Good kills. Nice job. Good start. What rank is this? Diamond 5. Good start on Kiriko. Good play. Good job making sure to get that Moira kill. Pleasantly, or I'm happy with everything we saw there so far. Good job. I'm gonna be honest with you, mechanically, you're in a good spot. You do not have to worry about your mechanics. Obviously, keep improving them, but like you're doing good. Your aim's been good. Positioning's been somewhat solid. A lot of it's your ult usage. Straight up. This has been a good game to watch. Back and forth Overwatch.
Be healed.
Not bad. Don't be afraid to disengage. You have the right idea. Ooh.
Draw strength from nature. Thanks for the touch-up.
I have no idea how that worked out, but good for your team, okay? Wow. Good TP cleanse play to keep your teammate alive. Nice. I mean, that was a surprise.
My ultimate is ready.
Yeah, you're absolutely make sure to watch the YouTube video. Heck yeah, have a great rest of your day too. Glad you're able to get your drops. Yeah, today's like the last... I think tomorrow's the last full day to get the drops, or maybe today is. I forgot. Tomorrow, I think they like end at like Thursday night, Friday morning, depending what time. This is a tough one for me, because I feel like you can do the same thing from like this angle when they're not here or have control. I mean, the cast is there, so maybe like here. I know your Zarya's playing aggro, but like there's a fine line between like getting yourself killed for it. This one's a tough one. Like I think you can get away with keeping him alive from here, but I'm gonna give you a little bit of wiggle room on that one. That was a tough decision. You ended up, all that really mattered though in the end is that you did get your Kasune off. Okay, you did manage to get Kasune off, and that to me is the most important part. So good job on that.
Time to try again.
We're here to be heard.
Oh my, the point. The Lucio clutch! Oh, let's go! They thought they had it! Wait a second! They thought it was over. They were standing there like it was over. Nice job. Okay, okay. I see you with that play. Let's go. Those are such a feel-good moment in Overwatch. When you at least give yourself an opportunity by coming back and making a play. And by the way, I want to pause. And I just want to point this out. That right there, and this is an example of it. It's not going to happen like that all the time. But that right there is why, rather than sitting in the chat, ready to type that one of your teammates is the reason why you lost, that you keep trying until the end. Even if you can manage to sneak out 1 out of 10 games, heck, 1 out of 20 games, doing that type of effort, that can result in a win, and that's one more win than you would have if you just gave up and spawned. I just want to point that out, because that was a perfect moment where they could have just sat and spawned and been like, GG's. So I just want to say that, just That's why you'll always watch me go to the point, even if it's a 1v4 or 1v5. I don't give a crap if it gives me an extra death doing it. I'm just going to try to see if I can set something up for a play like that. And that, to me, I just wanted to point that part out, okay? Now your teammates have ults, you get a bob off. They're in overtime spawn, you get map control. See? Look at that. And boom. Should be able to close this out. Yeah, they got back, so maybe not. I would use your heal boost. Excellent use of heal boost. It's just kind of guaranteeing you survive it. You can tap point from angles here as Lucio. Nice job. Got the kill, and boom. We have a 6-6 game right now, chat. All because you came back as Lucio and actually put effort into that play. I mean, what else can I say? Great job. This is a good game of Overwatch. I gotta admit. No, the game isn't draw. It keeps going. It keeps going. So it's 6-6. Nice play.
Feels like selling, huh?
Wait for it. This is just aim's fine. Spamming at people, getting heals on teammates.
My gift to you.
Scanning your teammates to make sure they're good on HP. So far, so good. Got an early kill. Cleansed off a really good honor grenade from their team.
Carried on the wind.
Ooh, they got Nano. Correct play. TP out to your Juno in a second. You lost your Juno, so you can't do that much anymore. Nice flank.
Get them off the objective.
Go cleanse. Nice cleanse.
Let the Kitsune guide you.
Well played. I want to point out, regardless of the result there, I'm okay with that Kitsune. I saw enough. I saw what you saw, right? I saw what you saw. If you said that you're going to trade out your Kitsune for a Grav there, I would have been okay with that. Because I think Grav is so important. So even if you lose that, I think that was great. Good sequence. Like I said, I mean, that's even just a difference of opinion in play. I might have TP'd to the Juno, but the Juno died prior to that. So you made a good play, made a good flank. You had some good Suzus, good clutch. I mean, great. Yeah. At the very worst, if you die there and they get the point, you got Grav out. And yes, you traded Kitsune, but like you have Grav now. I would take that any day of the week. You know? So, good job there. Well played. I mean, that's straight up well played. You have an opportunity to win this game now. All right, let's see how this goes. Can you get the victory? Let's find out.
2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
What's up?
There you go. Good early spam damage. Couple behind. Early pick from Pharah. Zarya's low. Oh, you win this. That's over. There's no way. Unless they heck up massively on your team, you win this. Nice play. I mean, great game.
Pretend I didn't see that.
Yeah, so, I mean, if I'm real with you, like, I feel like from everything I saw there, you are going to climb. I would not worry about that. What I will say is, first of all, mechanics were great. Nice job. I mean, positioning was solid. You just need to clean up a little bit of like your decision making when it comes to like simple things like your ultimate. And we kind of went over that, you know, recognizing the good ult targets, which I kind of pinpointed who they were at the time. But real talk, like you played that very well. I mean, outside of a couple of like positional mistakes and trying to do a little bit too much, I think like you're on the right track. And I don't want to overcomplicate some of your gameplay. I think you're on the right track. Clean up a little bit of your ult usage, okay? Clean up, you know, I honestly, you just played well. I was gonna try to come up with something else to clean up on. I'm trying to think of like something else that could be helpful to kind of keep leading you in the right direction. Oh yeah, your ultimates. Perfect. Like I said, talking about your ultimates again to go back to your ults. Like stop double stacking ultimates, communicate with the other support on when you want to use your ultimates, like when you did that BAP window. Good hero selection. You played the heroes well. Good clutch. I mean, everything was a good game. So keep doing what you're doing. Keep working on the timings of your ultimates. I think you'll climb. I mean, straight up, I think you played that very well. If you like this video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to all 3 YouTubes. If you haven't, leave a comment. All that helps. If you want to submit your own spectating, look in the description below. You'll see my Discord. That's where you do that. We also record these live on stream. You can see the Twitch chat below the webcam. Also stream on YouTube, so stop by if you haven't. With that being said, I hope you all have an amazing day/night.